Welcome, everybody, to Reality Derby. I am Marcus James Dixon.
I'm Denton Davidson, and today we have the one and only Rob Mariano.
Yes, Boston Rob. We are going to chat with him about Survivor 48, about the Traitors, and then Denton and I will get into what we think of this season of Survivor.
And you saw him at the NBC Universal luncheon.
Yes.
Without his hat, by the way.
I know.
First question, where's your hat, Rob? I mean, they told me no hats. This is a fancy event. It's not as fancy as a castle, but, a little bit fancy.
Bob the drag queen would definitely approve of this look because he hated your hat.
I know he did. I know. But, Bob's looks weren't so great, Kind of hard to argue.
Okay, so Boston Rob throwing shade at Bob the drag queen. Bob's not going to like that.
No, I kind of want to see them go at each other again because that was one of the most fun moments of the Traitors. Boston Rob versus Bob the drag queen, and especially when Bob was going after him about the way he looked and dressed and all of that. So I want some more shade from those two.
Maybe a House of Villains.
Oh, I would love that. I mean, everyone else has been on House of Villains. Why not Boston Rob? Would you say Bob the drag queen is a villain, though?
I mean, he's become one, I think. I don't think he started out as one, but I think with the Traitors, that wasn't like his most likable moment. He was sort of beloved on Drag Race, right?
Yeah, he was.
And now I think he's sort of pulling out this other side of himself. So that's good for his longevity,
And Rob was one of the Traitors, a very good one in moments.
You got yourself out of a lot of tough situations. What was the biggest challenge for you in being a traitor?
I mean, I think just now at this point, my reputation, going into any of these type of shows, I'm going to have a target just because of people have seen me do what I've done. And the fact that I came in late and the way that I came in the game, the other traders didn't even want to work with me. So once I saw that distension, I'm not the type of person that's going to sit there and just let it happen to me. So I'm going to fight back. And I think that's tough for them.
And you fought back.
Yeah, I did.
Do you think that is a good strategy?
Personally, no. I love when all of the Traitors are like kumbaya up in the turret when they're strategizing together and not going against each other. I want to see an American version where it's all Traitors at the end. And they did this once it was Australia, right? Australia season 2. It was the final 3, all Traitors. I want that to happen here in the U.S. Let's make it happen.
What would you say if there's any Emmy voters watching about why they should vote for this show?
I mean, this show was the best. We brought the heat this season. It's a number one show. Everybody's watching it. They love it. And I don't know why they wouldn't vote for us. I mean, unless they want to get banished, they probably should.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I think it will because I think the Emmy voters, once they latch onto something, it tends to keep winning over and over again. I mean, we saw RuPaul's Drag Race just win so many times after The Amazing Race won forever. So
yeah,
once they reward you, it's very hard to lose.
The Voice won forever. The one thing I would say is that this year, Survivor 48 is really good. RuPaul's Drag Race 17 is really good. So there really is 3 shows because we're talking about the Traitors season 3. I think one of those will do it. I'm not saying it's 100% the Traitors, but I mean, the voters are kind of lazy, so I could see them going that way.
I would be shocked to see Survivor in this race, though, because if anything, it's going to be 50 for them, Survivor 50.
That will be a good season.
And Drag Race having lost to the Traitors now, I feel like it also lost to Lizzo that 1 year that she was in contention. So I feel like Drag Race has just lost that momentum.
There was a really good episode last week of Drag Race where the remaining queens gave makeovers to their parents and everyone was crying at home. Just like Survivor had the episode where everybody was crying. We'll talk about that later. So I didn't really cry at the Traitors though. So that doesn't get you emotionally. It's just good television.
You're kind of known as a villain. Do you take that as a compliment?
I wear it with a badge of honor. I get it. I know my role. I'm going in there one day, whatever the situation is, I'm going to play to the best of my ability to try to win. And at the end of the day, it always ends up being compelling and good TV, right? So I don't always win, but always put on a good show.
You think he's one of the best villains ever? Or?
I mean, he's one of the most entertaining. To me, the best villains are people that you sort of love to hate. But I don't know if anyone really actually hates Rob Mariano.
No.
So I don't know if
him.
he's as villainous really, I mean, he plays the game hard, but I don't know if he would truly be called a villain in my eyes.
He's no Russell Hantz. He's not burning
No.
socks and creating, hatred wherever he goes.
Yeah.
He is a likable villain.
He's not talking about his dead grandma who's alive and well at home.
Johnny Fairplay.
Yeah.
She did actually just die, the
I
grandma.
know.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But so we asked Rob, being a villain, what did he think when 4 heroes won the Traitors? We had Dolores, Dylan, Ivor, and Gabby. I wonder what he thinks about. You didn't like it?
Boring.
Let's see what he has to say.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like once the trust was broken with myself and Bob the Drag Queen, it was every man for themselves. It's not supposed to be a team game. The way they won this season was unique because the way the Traitors fought each other. I think moving forward, there's going to be a challenge. It's going to be challenging because now Traitors will always suspect other Traitors of figuring out a way to throw them under the bus.
The season started out really, really strong, and then about halfway through, once the Traitors started going after each other, and they all got eliminated, it kind of, went on a downhill spiral for me.
I think Rob's right, though. I think it is going to be very difficult for Traitors moving forward to not continue to throw each other under the bus because you have to get rid of each other, and it allows, anything to take the diversion off of you. I think it's going to be tough Suri might be the only traitor that ever wins this show.
Oh, I love Suri. Let's switch gears and find out what he thinks about Survivor 48. Specifically, who is he rooting for to win?
I'm rooting for Joe and Eva. I like that interaction between them. And Eva, I found out, is a hockey player, and I'm playing hockey, and so I'm trying to support her and her autism awareness and everything.
I mean, they made me cry. They made everyone at home cry.
Great moment. It just shows after all these years, the one that started it all is still delivering. So kudos to Jeff Probst and Mark Burnett and everybody involved with that.
So he wants Joe and Eva. Are you surprised he's rooting for them? Everyone's rooting for them.
It's everyone in the whole country is talking about that moment. It's the heartwarming moment. Jeff cried. So how
Did you cry?
Absolutely not. Although, you know what? I was
Denton.
moved to a point. I actually really like these two. I'm rooting for them up until their Honesty Alliance, which I'm not a big fan of. Just FYI, I don't really care for honesty in reality television. I think you should be constantly deceitful and lying. So I don't understand what game they're playing.
Right. They're definitely kind of in trouble now because Joe and Eva, now that they've kind of revealed their friendship and their closeness, that's going to be targeted. People are going to target them.
Also,
forward.
nobody wants to sit at the end with her, Eva, and be like, give me this $1 million over her, who America just fell in love with. Is Sia still giving out money? She'll get Sia's money.
I think she stopped, but I can see Sia.
Come on, Sia.
Yeah,
Pony up.
She'll come back this season just to give it to them. Joe, Eva, they are prime candidates for season 50 of Survivor. Let's find out if Rob has a dream person that he would love to be on that season.
I got to say my guy Dylan, right? Put him out there. He's got the social game. He's got the physical game. We'll work on his strategy, but we'll get him there.
Let's do it, Dylan Efron.
He's not eligible
No.
for Survivor 50.
He is not an all-star. He's not a Survivor player at all. He's just in the bromance.
It's quite a bromance. If you follow Rob and Dylan online, they're always doing stuff together and creating fun videos. I would love to see Dylan on Survivor. He'd be amazing. Survivor 49, he's eligible for that. But Survivor 50, no, sorry, Rob.
Maybe if Rob gets his way, maybe he'll get on 49 and qualify himself for 50.
Maybe
or
he knows,
are they filming too close together?
They're
That might
filming-
not be an option.
They are filming back-to-back, and they start filming in around June. So maybe Rob knows something we don't. Maybe Dylan is going to be on 49 and 50. I would love that. So, okay, let's talk about our personal dream picks for who we want to be on this landmark season of Survivor. Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
So I picked somebody from the old school and somebody from the new school. Natalie Bolton Season 16, she's the only Black Widow from that alliance that's never returned. And it's time. I don't know if she wants to. I don't know if she's still, interested in coming back to the island, but she would be amazing.
Poverty has been endorsing her, hasn't she?
She has, yeah. So now my new school pick is Keyshawn from season 47. He was voted out way too early by Genevieve. One of his best friends turned on him. I loved that move, don't get me wrong, but Keyshawn had a lot of game left in him. He was a player, and I hate when the players get booted before the merge. So I want him to come back.
Yeah, I want some strong female players to come back. Suri we talked about. I mean, she's always fun. She's been back so many times, though. I don't know if she even wants to come back. Now that she's won the Traitors, she doesn't really have anything to prove. And then Shan. Remember Shan? She was one of my favorites because she just got so messy, and I like anyone who gets in the mess, I'm here for. And then Carolyn, of course. We have to have Carolyn.
Carolyn, yeah. The thing about Suri is she's just been announced officially as one of the contestants on Survivor Australia versus the World. It'll be Suri, Parvati, and Tony going up against people from Australia, Canada, Finland, other countries. That'll be really, really good. That starts in June of 2025.
Is that Paramount Plus?
No. No one in America can watch it unless you have some kind of illegal way, which I do. But yeah, it's only Australia. They're not showing it in America.
Oh. That seems like a huge missed opportunity.
Huge. Fix that.
What about Richard Hatch?
I mean, we just saw him on House of Villains. He was just like his old self.
I mean, he is season 1. He's already been on All Stars, though.
Yeah, but he hasn't been seen since season 8. So we're talking 42 seasons ago by the time 50 comes around. I would love to see him again.
Now, we talked about Rob being a villain. That is a real villain. Like someone you actually just don't like. You're watching and you just... They're like, you hate watching them? That's Richard Hatch. However, still entertaining.
Very entertaining. And Jeff Probst was just at a Q&A on April 13th, and he said that when Richard won season 1 of the show, he thought that it doomed Survivor forever because you have this unlikable villain winning the show. He's like, oh, people aren't going to come back for season 2. And of course, they did.
They're not really casting villains anymore. We've talked about that, and I think that's a mistake. That's not stopping people from watching. If anything, if this becomes too cookie cutter, people are going to stop watching. We need a little conflict up in there.
Yeah, let's bring back the villains. Jeff says now in the casting department they look for likable winners. He wants everyone to be likable winners. I'm fine with them being unlikable and hating them. Maybe that's just me. Okay, so now we're going to shift gears to season 48. What are the best moments so far this season? Do you want to go first on that one?
Well, I mean, I think Joe and Eva we've discussed. That was the best moment of
one.
everyone, although I do hate their honesty alliance, which I've also talked about.
Yeah.
My other favorite moment is just like David and Joe's milk alliance. They just have like this obsession with milk. And I mean, David has 4 nipples. That might be why.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just like one of the bizarre things that makes me enjoy shows like this. So I'm sort of rooting for David and Joe in this disturbing affair over milk that they're having.
Are you more 2% skim chocolate?
I mean, they might as well just go whole or like chocolate.
I'm a chocolate.
There's
milk
no
fan.
room for skim in this Survivor world.
I love that he has 4 nipples too. The guy that loves milk has 4 nipples.
Yeah.
You can't write this stuff.
They're milking him.
My favorite moment so far, besides Joe and Eva, because that one's the obvious one, Mary and Say chasing each other around their camp. This was pre-merge. And, they kind of had a hatred going on. And then at that one tribal council, they sort of bonded again. This relationship is something we've never seen on the show. I absolutely loved them together. And I'm sad that Say has left us, unfortunately. So now it's just Mary. Mary's got to go to the end for Say.
Who are you rooting for, by the way, to get to the end?
I have 2, and I want them to get to the end together. Kyle and Camilla. They have the secret relationship. Only they know how strong it is. Everyone else just thinks, they were on the same tribe. But I want these 2 to sneakify their way to the very end. See, this is why having a truthful alliance, like you were saying, is very boring. We need the secrets. We need the lies. It's so exciting.
Or someone like my favorite that I'm rooting for, Star, because she's just a hot mess. She gives people all of her information. She hands over her, what do you call it?
The idol.
Yes, she hands over her advantages.
Right.
So, I mean, she's just a sloppy, messy player, and I find her extremely entertaining to watch because I never know what she's going to do. So I would like to see her go far just to mix things up, but I don't know if they're going to take her along for this ride for long.
She's kind of under the radar now. Like they've merged and no one's thrown her name out, so she could make it pretty far.
She's one of those ones that was lucky to survive to the merge because, I mean, her own team was kind of after her for a while.
Yeah, that's true. And then that moment that you mentioned when she had the idol and she gave it to Eva, that kind of redeemed her in their eyes, and now they're best friends again. So you mentioned your least favorite moment, which was the Truth Alliance. So I wanted to mention mine before we go. The fact that Jeff merged the players. It was this huge moment. 13 people, you're merged on the same tribe, and then it was 12. Then the very next day, he's like, oh, just kidding. We're unmerging you. We're going to split you up into 2 tribes. What does Jeff have against big groups? He hates them. He hates when there's 12, 13 people at tribal council. I don't know why he likes these smaller groups. But when it's only 6 people, there's really nowhere to hide. And I prefer the big groups. Stop unmerging. Once you're merged, you're merged.
We need to ask him that. Like, whenever anyone interviews him again, we have to ask specifically, what is going on with these groups? Because it is much more chaotic and enjoyable when there's 12 people trying to figure out who to vote out instead of 6.
I agree.
No one likes a 3-person majority.
Jeff, if you're watching, please write in the comments what's going on. But yeah, that's our thoughts on Survivor 48. We can't wait to see how it ends in the season finale. Thank you for watching.